What are some interesting or fun Christmas traditions you follow? My family opens presents on Christmas Eve, because Christmas Day is my younger brother's birthday. We also have a Star Wars marathon in December lol. We have a Chinese takeaway on Christmas Eve, then we'd always go up to my grandparents' house to open gifts. Due to COVID we won't be doing that this year. My family has a small pickle ornament, maybe an inch long. On Christmas Eve, my parents would send the kids out of the room with the Christmas tree, and place the ornament somewhere on the tree. We would then come back out, and search the tree for it, with the person who finds it first getting an extra gift. It was also the only gift we were allowed to open on Christmas Eve. Also we made chocolate-covered popcorn for Santa. My stepmother is Cuban, so we have a big dinner Christmas Eve called Noche Buena, which consists of hand-shredded beef, fried plantains, and red beans and rice, all made that same day. We always drive around and look at Christmas lights and then watch It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve. Although this year we won't be able to, we also attend our church's candle-lit Christmas Eve service. I'm excited to do it virtual too. Let's keep everyone safe. We also make Santa pancakes on Christmas Eve morning. Smile presents are always opened Christmas Day morning. Call-in mortar strikes on my neighbors' houses. The women in my family have always gotten together on Christmas Eve, when possible, and colored pictures in a Christmas coloring book. So people think it's weird, but I grew up doing it, so it's normal to me lol. Always giving myself a challenge each year to bake a different kind of cookie and to make it festive if it wasn't originally supposed to be XD. Me, my father and my brothers only started doing this last year, but we are planning on doing it every year. Basically you drink 2 ounces of eggnog every minute and whoever throws up last wins. Now I know what you may be thinking, how is that fun or interesting? And why do you guys even do that? I don't really know. One year as a young child, I decided to surround myself with a large pile of presents so no one could see me, and then stripped down butt naked. I opened up the majority of my presents completely naked before the wall had been reduced in size enough that my identity was revealed. It's not a tradition, but I'm thinking about bringing it back. We go around the dinner table and share what we're thankful for. Usually starts off serious with the grandparents. With each generation it starts to get stupid. By the time we're at the end everyone is crying from laughing so hard. Example, my grandparents and I escaped a house fire a few years ago. My grandpa always swears he was awake when the big boom happened. He was sleeping. I woke him up and dragged him out of bed. Last Christmas it got to me and I started crying, saying I'm so thankful we didn't burn alive and I saved your life, Grandpa. So morbid, but we were all busting a gut because he never admits it. It's my favorite part of the night. Seeing who comes up with the sweet memories, dramatic thank yous, and downright inappropriate and hilarious speeches. We go around the dinner table and share what we're thankful for. Usually starts off serious with the grandparents. With each generation it starts to get stupid. By the time we're at the end everyone is crying from laughing so hard. Example, my grandparents and I escaped a house fire a few years ago. My grandpa always swears he was awake when the big boom happened. He was sleeping. I woke him up and dragged him out of bed. Last Christmas it got to me and I started crying, saying I'm so thankful we didn't burn alive and I saved your life, Grandpa. So morbid, but we were all busting a gut because he never admits it. It's my favorite part of the night. Seeing who comes up with the sweet memories, dramatic thank yous, and downright inappropriate and hilarious speeches. Funky Christmas PJs every Christmas Eve. Always good fun. My kids exchange names among themselves and buy for whichever sibling whose name they drew. They exchange those gifts on Christmas Eve. Also, if we bought them anything big, we gift that to them on Christmas Eve from Mom and Dad. And then the Santa gifts are Christmas morning. Now my kids know there's no Santa, but we still give them their big gift from Mom and Dad Christmas Eve, and then the Santa gifts Christmas morning. We never have a roast dinner. Every year on Christmas Day, My husband and I have a living room picnic of meats, cheeses, pickles etc. and an expensive bottle of wine. This year it's a bottle of 2 Paddocks Fusilier. Mom usually works, so me and siblings either cook or order Chinese food. Sad but special. We make something called pastels. Whole family sits around the table helping make them, and usually we eat it for breakfast. I watch Home Alone 1+2 and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation every year. I read aloud The Fir Tree by Hans Christian Andersen to my adult daughters. I cry every time. My brother and I stay at my mother's house on Christmas Eve with our families every year. We still sit at the top of the stairs on Christmas morning until my mother tells us we can come down to the living room to see what Santa left us. We're both in our 30s and our wives and kids now sit on the stairs as well. It's getting pretty crowded, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Might not be super weird, but we have a ton of fish around Christmas. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. Pretty much every meal on Christmas Day and the days surrounding it, other than turkey dinner on Christmas Day. Together with most of my country, Sweden, I watch the Disney special From All of Us to All of You from 1500 hours to 1600 hours. We call it Kalle Anka och Hans vänner önskar God July. Donald Duck and his friends wish a Merry Christmas, or usually Kalle Anka, Donald Duck. Every year it's either the most watched or second watched TV show of the year. Only Melodifestivalen's grand final, to decide who is going to Eurovision, can compete. More of an after Christmas thing, but we started a tradition a few years ago of taking the Christmas tree down on the 31st, taking it out to the backyard, stacking firewood around the base and ceremonially burning it to ashes. I hated just dragging it into the woods and leaving it to rot. Elfrid. He has a whole backstory as well. He basically smuggles a present for everyone out of the North Pole on Christmas Eve because he just hates Santa. My family always makes homemade pizza on Christmas Eve and all watch a movie together. Christmas Eve is our big tradition. My husband, father, uncle and brothers all spend the day drinking and attempting to wrap any last presents they forgot to wrap. My mother, myself and my daughter spend the morning baking a cake, then the afternoon making our Polish dinner of pierogies, fish, peas and mushroom soup. Then everyone, after eating more food than you could imagine, waddle and makes a drink of some kind. We sit in front of the fire and the Christmas tree talking and catching up. Christmas Eve, we all have some Christmas Eve pizza. We then do a Christmas Eve box scavenger hunt. Then the 3 children of the family, me and my 2 sisters, open a couple of presents each. Then on Christmas Day, we finish opening the presents. Then we go over to my grandparents' house to do an extended family Christmas. On or around Christmas Eve we wrap up warm, walk to the local chip shop, each get a cone of chips to take away, then take a meandering walk home looking at all the Christmas lights around the neighborhood. My dad's side of the family is French-Canadian, and we carry on the long-standing tradition of making tuyas, meat pies, just before Christmas. Recipes vary by region, but ours is a mixture of ground beef, pork, and veal, held together by mashed potatoes and infused with cinnamon and cloves. The smell of meat pie filling simmering on the stove is the smell of Christmas for me. Traditionally, meat pies are meant to be eaten on Christmas Eve after attending midnight mass. We've never actually done the midnight mass part, but meat pies are always a part of our Christmas Eve dinner. Everyone who marries into the family is inducted into the meat pie making tradition. It's typical to make a large batch and freeze some to take out and eat all winter long. Some branches of the family get together for a big pie making session where dozens of pies are made in a day and everyone goes home with at least a few. I make just 2 myself, one for Christmas Eve and one for later. I don't think Christmas could ever be Christmas for me without them. I wear Christmas socks from the day after Thanksgiving until Christmas. I own likely 50 plus pairs and it's fun. I look forward to picking my fun socks every time. Find the hidden pickle ornament in the tree. I always watch the episode A Very Supernatural Christmas while decorating the tree. Christmas chili. Every year my husband makes his homemade chili. He makes one batch for himself and his friends and one for me. I don't like mine spicy. Been doing this for years now. My brother and I always go to Waffle House Christmas morning. We always make sure to leave a fat tip too.